When renovating your home, most people veer towards 1 to 2 ideas. One is that renovations are as easy as can be and can be done with the snap of your fingers. The other is that in order to get it done, to get it done right, you have to hire a contractor to do it. Both are lies. And in this video, I'm here to tell you why you are the best person to renovate your home. Let's get into it. Anytime I hear DIY, I silently cringe because I feel like the process is cheap and it's less valuable, and it's glorified, and it is quietly lied about. And this is not something that people do on purpose, but it is something that they are portraying, especially like on Facebook and Instagram. If you see a lot of reels of people in their DIY transformations of their houses or anything like that, and in a snap of the fingers, it's instantly transformed, from yuck to hooray or whatever you want to call it. Subconsciously, to the average person, you feel lied to. Like, you feel inspired yet lied to. It's a really weird controversy. But you feel lied to in the sense of like, oh, wow, that's a really cool transformation. Like, it puts a speed bump and a road stop to something you absolutely can do. You don't have to have a whole bunch of qualifications to do this, but it can be still really discouraging. So I try to stay away from that as much as possible. Another thing about the DIY community is that not everybody does it, but for the lack of knowledge, it's easy to cut corners. I'm not saying I'm a master at this at all. I've seen a lot of mistakes being done by people who are just doing it themselves. I'm not saying that your contractor can't mess up either. Like, believe me, I'll get into that in a second. They can absolutely mess up. But it's easy to cut corners because you don't have that knowledge for it. I'm going to show you some pictures of some things I've run across in the past and that I actually remember to take pictures of, and just make you scratch your head and wonder, why in the world would people do that? So here's this picture. I was working at this house. I was wiring up the attic, and I am not an electrician, and I did not do this, but I came across this and I was like, oh my gosh. It's a metal junction box, which is completely fine. It doesn't have any grommets or anything on there for protecting the wire, but oh my gosh, there was about 10 or 12 different wires going into this one junction box. And it's crazy because everything was run in the attic, so you could get to it through junction boxes. But oh my gosh, that is you really have to be careful on who you get your electrician to be. Like, I'm not trying to scare you, but like, there's a lot of this stuff going on in the South where I'm at. And you just wonder, how in the world did that place not burn down? So, of course, I fixed that using basic electrical knowledge. And this one isn't dangerous, but oh my gosh. Just some of the fixes that some people do will just make you turn your head and be like, how in the world did you even think of that? And so they used Flex Seal spray underneath their sink, which surprisingly was still leaking after this. They probably used a whole can. Or half a can. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. And the thing is, most of this is either because of lack of knowledge or people don't care enough. My beef with the professional field is that the ideology of thinking they are the only ones who can get it done right. Now, I'm not saying that there is no good professional contractors out there. There is absolutely great professional contractors out there who care about your home just as much as you do, or maybe even more. And they're super, super good. But there is a lot of contractors out there who I have heard countless people hire and then are so dissatisfied with the results that it's just ridiculous, and they took their money in the meantime. The ideology of contractors being the professionals and the only ones who know how to do it is false. And that's false for two reasons. The reason number one is because contractors can do a sloppy job just like the next person. If somebody doesn't care enough to take care of your home for you that you paid them to, then they're not worthy of working for you. And not to mention, you have to keep an eye on them. I mean, not like hover over their shoulders. Nobody likes that. But like being observant of their work. This can be helpful if you're doing like, if you have an inspector who knows what they're doing, they will inspect it and they will make sure that everything is done correctly. You should not have to monitor your contractors for a sloppy job that they've done. And this can be really difficult, especially if you're familiar with that field, like framing or electrical or plumbing, anything like that. Which goes into my second reason, is because you probably know more than they do. And I know you definitely care more than what some of these other people do. And if you don't, then you can easily learn to. I'm not saying to go past your comfort zone on what you feel comfortable doing. I'm saying to learn as much as you can about everything you can. And the point of it all is that anyone can renovate. All it takes is a good mentor and somebody willing to learn. I'm going to show you what to look for in a mentor or mentors, because more than one's always great. You want somebody who has a long-term experience in the field that you're looking to learn about. You want them to have a great track record. I also recommend looking at like previous work that they've done, if they've ever taken pictures, or if you're on the job with them now and you're able to look at the previous work that they've done, make sure that it looks right, that it's presentable, and that it's safe. And then finally, do you trust that person to have the knowledge that you want to learn and them to teach it to you? That's a big thing. If you can't confidently say that in your gut and that you don't know that, hey, this person knows more than I do and they're doing it right, then I'm going to pursue that and I'm going to learn as much as I can from that person. And especially if you're doing like your own renovation, you can ask them, hey, can I work with you? Like, I'm not going to get in your way. Even if I'm just running and getting tools for you to help you out, I want to learn as much about this as I can. Make it a teaching opportunity. And the great thing about a mentor is that I'm sure they're busy, but like you can text them or whatever, ask them a question. Hey, how does this work? Hey, can I do that? Will that work? Or is this the right thing to do? So it's really, really invaluable that you have a mentor on your side, at least one. I've learned that starting out, if you want a good finished product, and it's just you, if you're doing trim work or whatever, or even drywall or anything like that, here's some easy tips just to remind yourself. Give yourself grace. Be okay with having to take it slow, to do over if necessary. Don't be frustrated with yourself. Remember, this is a learning curve for you. You've never done this before, and it's super hard to learn all this in a short amount of time of a home renovation. And always, this is a common life principle. Learn as much as you can. Always be ready to be a student. That's one of my favorite mottos to go by. And also, if you have a question, look it up in the code book. If you're not sure how something is, look it up. Make sure that you have authoritative advice on the right way to do things to make sure that you're safe in your home. And then finally, you are qualified. This does not take an engineering degree. It's easy to learn. All it takes is a little bit of time and experience. So go find yourself a mentor and remember that you are qualified and that nobody cares about your home like you do. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any thoughts, leave it down in the comments down below. Until next time, I'll see you later.